MMAWeekly.com, Damon Martin here with Kenny Florian. Kenny, we've done this so many times, but this is another special occasion. You got title fight Saturday night, rocking the playoff beard. How are you feeling going into this one?
I feel good, man. You know, I'm ready to rock. Had a great camp, and just ready to do this, man. I'm itching to compete.
You obviously got to fight off one fight in the featherweight division. How well adjusted are you to featherweight now?
I tell you what, just this camp has been much better. This weight cut has been much better. It's been a lot easier. Again, I had the best camp I've ever had. This is at 45, so I've taken my game to a new level, mentally, physically, technically, and I'm ready for this.
A lot of people talk about your third title fight. What's different about this one than the other two? Learn from mistakes. What is different, Kenny? What is different with you going into this fight than versus BJ Penn versus Sean Shirk?
People forget, when I was fighting Sean Shirk, when I was fighting BJ Penn, I didn't have world-class training partners at my disposal. I had maybe 2 or 3 guys, and these guys were not professional fighters. Some of them were, but not at a high level, and guys that that could push me in all ranges of combat. If I'm fighting a wrestler, I got a wrestler I have access to. If I'm fighting a Muay Thai guy who's real good with Muay Thai, I have access to that. A boxer, whatever it is, jiu-jitsu guy, I have it now, because of my access to TriStar, because of my access to Renzo Gracie camp, because of the guys that I'm bringing out to Boston, so my coaches have been a huge help. I have world-class coaches that are on me all the time, that are watching my every move, watching my videos, all these things, and they have more experience now, so it's a whole new training camp, I was preparing with amateurs, for those, championship fights. It's a completely different story.
Do you feel like you have something to prove in this fight, because of some of the criticisms, in big fight situations? I know you said that actually takes some of the pressure off you, but do you feel like beyond just winning a title, there's something to prove in this fight?
Yeah, there's something to prove, but there's always something to prove. If I win this fight, I can win this fight in a knockout in 10 seconds. People are going to go, well, Kenny got lucky. Let's see the next one. He's going to lose against this guy. There's always going to be haters. I don't worry about that. I worry about what I need to do to win technically, and that's what it's about.
With Jose Aldo, he's such a tough stylistic matchup, very good on the ground, obviously devastating stand-up, but people have kind of made him out to this unbeatable aura.
Yeah.
Do you think that, your style and I don't want to say don't respect him, but you know what I mean, that people over-respect what he can do and they almost fight him with a little bit of fear?
Listen, I've fought a lot of great fighters, a lot of guys who have knockout power, from BJ Penn to Takanori Gomi to Gray Maynard and all these guys, the Clay Guidas. I've been in big fights before. I'm not going to be intimidated by a guy with a belt, the guy who's considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters. That's great. That's why I'm here. This is the challenge. I'm here to push myself, and just like when I was a kid and I wanted to go for a race, I wanted to see who was the fastest kid on the block. That's what I want to do. It's not out of malice. It's not out of anything else. I just want to compete, man. This is what I was born to do, is compete in some aspect. It happens to be MMA, and I have a lot of respect for Aldo, but on fight night, I'm not going to have that respect. I'm going to go out there, and I want him to fight me hard. I don't want him to respect me. We're going to go out there, and we're going to scrap, and we're going to see who's better.
What would it mean to you, Kenny, through your career? I mean, from the Ultimate Fighter Season 1, where you literally had like 3 fights coming into it, or 2 fights coming into it, fighting at so many weight classes, and being such a mainstay of the UFC, what would it mean at this point in your career to be a champion?
Man, it's a dream come true. It would be a dream come true. I've been in this organization for such a long time. This is where I've wanted to be, but more than anything else, I wanted to be a UFC champion. I wanted to hold UFC gold. I wanted to know, for me, not for anybody else, not to validate anything else, but for me to know that I'm the best fighter in that weight class. To feel that for one night would be amazing, because I know that it's only going to be for one night. You're a champ for one night and that's it. Next day you got another guy who's coming to try to take that belt, and that's it. So I want to feel that. I've been working way too hard and suffering too much, and I have no life. MMA is my life, man, and this is what it's all about. This is what I want.
Last question. We don't talk game plan or strategy, but injuries do happen as part of the camp. I know you had a pretty severe paper cut a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Did you think about pulling out of the fight? I mean, how?
Yeah.
I mean, are you 80%, 70%? What do you have?
The reports were true. I had an MRI done. It was confirmed. It was a paper cut on the inside of my ring finger, and but I said, I'm gonna fight. The fans deserve it. I know I'm not on 100%, but I sucked it up, went through my training camp with tremendous amount of pain, especially when you go into a shower after a paper cut. It hurts. It hurts bad. And cleaning it out with alcohol every single day, it just took me to new levels mentally, and man, I'm ready to go.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right.